Alright, so I thought it's okay to do a after YouTube video when everything is not good, but maybe have better perspective. Yeah, so for those people who don't know, apparently, yeah, not everybody knew, I put my dogs down the week before I started school. They were 14 and super old and really decrepit, and one was deaf, one was blind. The deaf one also had cancer. They were basically incontinent. Anyways, I thought they were suffering. I decided that we needed to put them down. So I did that. I think that was the weekend before orientation. And then, of course, uprooted our whole family and moved houses 2 weeks into law school. So didn't exactly have the most stable foundation going in to law school, which is trying enough all on its own, and the assorted stress of that, and then some extra unexpected stress, and yeah, things quickly spiraled. It was like freshman year at UF again, and I think the reason it was the same or similar was that it's like, if any one of these things had happened, it's so Live Free or Die Hard Justin Long talking about the fire sale. I love how I can relate my breakdowns to movies. It's like, if any one thing happens, the system can recover. If you take everything down at once, the system fails. And that's definitely what happened over the last week. It was just like, let's pile on, and one more thing, and one more thing. No, and then yeah, so as I was going to my doctor's appointment, I happened to realize that, hey, this receipt in my seat looks wet, but I haven't spilt anything. Oh, but I have. Oh, but yeah. If you leave candles in a car in summer in Florida and they're tilted to a side, they will melt, and they will run all over your car seat. So yeah, I definitely had, a little 4-ounce jar of Tahitian vanilla candle wax I had to clean up. It was all in the cracks and crevices. Some of it had melted and dripped through the back of the seat, because you've got like the seat bottom, the seat back, and there's like that gap. Disaster. And that I laughed at. That I was like, God, and I use it with a little g in air quotes. God was saying, hey, this is a disaster, but you need to laugh, at least at this part, because this part's pretty freaking hilarious. Yeah, so therapy was me going and getting more Prozac, and I ended up spending the night with Tony. We watched Vampire Diaries, which is always good. Getting a little bit of Stefan and Damon and Elena is always a good idea. And then Carolyn turning into a vampire. Tony's like, no, I like idiot Caroline, not crazy vampire hungry for flesh Caroline. But anyways, that was fun. And then we realized last night Tony's dog Charlie, kind of like hyperactive and crazy. She's like, Charlie's a reaver, and that explains so much why he never stops moving. He's always jumping around and being crazy. And it's like, wow, your dog's a reaver. That's a little bit scary. Like, we know a Halloween costume. Get him some like faux metal plates with like blood and faux piercings maybe. It'd be good times. But it's the PAX. And if you don't know what Reavers are and what PAX is, I'd probably judge you. And probably not just a little, probably a lot. You need to go Google Reavers and PAX and then watch the movie, because you're missing out on a lot. Oh, and I watched Community for the first time last night. That was pretty hilarious. Community College is definitely a disaster. And Joel McHale definitely... Is anybody else ever shocked at how people that you see in like regular clothes and you're like, oh, he's just regular skinny, and then shirts come off and you're like, wow, he's hella ripped. Yeah, Joel McHale. Very nice in a tank top. And then he had sex and took his shirt off. But anyways, so good night. Hopefully it translates into a good morning. I at least have some fun stuff planned. We're gonna go see Easy A tomorrow morning. Katie and I, Tony maybe. So good times there. I need a little bit of Emma Stone. And then dinner tomorrow night with Nick, Christina, and David. So that'll be good. But anyways, just kind of wanted to... It's like... I know I'm intense. I am that intense person. I don't... I always... In the... Like, twice this has happened. Think that I'm dealing with the stress well. And then... You know, come to realize that I'm not. I just have a high tolerance for stress. I'm not actually getting rid of stress or, you know, eliminating it. It's just I have a pretty high tolerance. I've been through some shit and able to handle quite a lot. But yeah, just no real coping mechanism. But hopefully. Anyways, that's it. Hopefully today will be better. And then definitely an Easy A review tomorrow. See ya.